Hi, I'm John DeVore. Welcome to the channel. Today's a music review, records review. It's a box set. It's a box set of the complete Shostakovich string quartets. It's a pretty epic box set because Shostakovich made 15 string quartets. This is almost certainly the definitive version of the 15. It is the first full recorded cycle of the Shostakovich quartets, I believe. It's the Fitzwilliam String Quartet. And the Fitzwilliam String Quartet, they were founded it's a British quartet founded in the 60s or early 70s. And they knew Dmitri Shostakovich, and they were quite close. They performed the premieres of the last several quartets by Shostakovich. So one has to think that, first of all, Shostakovich certainly had a lot of faith in their interpretations of the music, but also they had, because of their direct connection with the composer, they had a lot of insight into how best to interpret it, and to actually get real feedback from the composer. Shostakovich was a 20th century composer, obviously. He composed in the Soviet system and was banned and or barred from making music at least twice during his lifetime in the Soviet Union. But then, oxymoronically, he was appointed some chief or overseer of arts in the Soviet system. He put out a remarkable body of work, and some of it had to be a little bit sneaky. He was forbidden to use some certain styles of composing because apparently in the Soviet system there was certain types of music, like modern classical music, was forbidden. And yet, within that restrictive framework, Shostakovich was brilliant and managed to push every part of the envelope of those restrictions over the course of his career. And in my opinion, his quartets are they're my favorite of his pieces, and they show the most, I think, innovation and the most creativity within those restrictions. He didn't start writing the quartets until fairly late. He was in his late 30s, I think. They're all excellent. I really do like all of the pieces. There are a few standouts, and there are some that are more famous than others. If you don't know any of them, and you start with quartet number 1 and then go to quartet number 2 and do it through that way, there's an appeal to doing it that way, doing it chronologically, because quartet number 1 is actually, it's sort of buoyant. It has a lighter heart to it, and it draws you in immediately. It's really quite beautiful, and it's a great way to sort of begin the journey down the long road of 15 string quartets. Some of the standouts, my favorite is probably the 12th. It's weird, incredibly dramatic, really powerful, it's very dynamic, and the Fitzwilliam version of it is the best I've ever heard. It's really incredible. The 15th is very profound. He wrote it really towards the end of his life, and it shows. It's the longest of them. There's a lot of, it's not grim really, but there's a somberness and a personal intimacy in it that I think is a real highlight. The 8th quartet is the one I've seen performed live a few times. It's a lot of fun. I understand why it's the most often played. It's got the most sort of virtuistic instrumentation, and it is a lot of fun. It's very exciting. It sort of sticks out a little bit, though, for me, And I feel like some of the other ones are maybe a little bit more personal, and a little bit more beautiful, and a little bit more in tune with the man himself. But that could just be me projecting, because I'm more familiar with 8 than with the other ones. They're all beautiful, highly recommended. This box set is awesome. It's not a secret. I think they're pretty expensive if you can find them. It's been reissued a few times, so it may be possible to find a bargain here or there. Plus, outside of the box set, a lot of these recordings were released. So there's releases where it'll just be 2 of the quartets on side A and side B. And there's a lot of them available that way for a lot less money. It's beautiful sounding. It's a London FFSS. They tend to be really beautiful sounding recordings, and this one is a great one. Great dynamics, beautiful tone, fantastic playing, highly recommended, and the digital copies are cheap, as digital copies tend to be. So yeah, explore it if you don't know it. Check it out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next video. Bye.